But first, speaking of breaking news, let's stay on it. The news that's breaking in the last hour here in New York as Joe Khalil joins us. Letitia James, the New York State Attorney General, Joe, has been indicted on a federal charge. What's the latest?
Yeah, Connell, and the charge that came down from that grand jury is one count of fraud. We haven't seen the actual charging documents yet, but what we do know is that the probe into Letitia James started actually at a federal housing authority official, Bill Pulte, that works for the Trump administration, and he brought forward a recommendation, which is very unusual for someone in his position, to the Department of Justice, asking them to charge or to at least look for, seek an indictment for Letitia James based on an account, he says, where she purchased a home in Virginia for her niece and claimed that it was going to be her primary residence. Now, Letitia James's attorneys have denied all wrongdoing, and actually her attorney put forward a letter that he says basically disproves that allegation. Still, we are now left at a point here where this is the second person out of three that President Trump just a couple of weeks ago put on Truth Social that he wanted to see prosecuted. The first one was James Comey. He was indicted. The second person on that list, Tish James. She is now indicted. The third person, Senator Adam Schiff, and we have not heard anything in that sense yet. Now, obviously, this is not happening in a vacuum, Connell. The U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan, who brought these charges forward and ultimately got this indictment, she has been in this role, the U.S. Attorney, for all of 17 days. Now, remember, there was another U.S. Attorney at the Eastern District in Virginia, Eric Siebert, and there was widespread reporting that he simply was tasked with bringing an indictment against Letitia James and felt that there was not enough evidence to do so. He and other attorneys within that office, and he was let go. For that reason, now we have a new person, Lindsay Halligan, and she has now brought, again, her second indictment against somebody that President Trump has identified as somebody he wants to see prosecuted. We've reached out, still no word yet after this indictment from Tish James or her attorneys. We're waiting for a potential statement from the Department of Justice, from Pam Bondi. In the last indictment of James Comey, she quickly released a statement, so we'll be watching all of that. But obviously, this is very big news, Connell. We're going to continue to follow it, see if we can get our hands on what this indictment says. And I'll just end with this. We should all remember, because this is the case for whether it's President Trump or Tish James or anybody else, when someone is indicted, that does not mean that they are guilty. What it means is that at least 12 people on a part of a bigger grand jury found there was at least enough evidence, enough credible evidence to move forward with a prosecution, potentially a trial. So that's where we stand now.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.